Here I am, folks, at the hospital, just about to have my appointment. So this will be another mental health update video. This is the hospital in Thatcham. Well, technically it's Newbury, but it's a couple of minutes from where I live in Thatcham. So I'm going to go on in, and fingers crossed, I'm going to get some... going to become more enlightened about what's going on in my old noggin. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all well. I've only recently just got back from my appointment at the hospital, and I didn't have very high hopes for this because it was kind of labelled as an outpatient's appointment. But I'm actually very, very pleased to say that the appointment went really, really well. Spoke to a lady doctor she's a psychologist, and she was very, very helpful. I came out of the appointment feeling much more positive. The lady asked me a lot of questions that I've already answered, but that's fine. You know, she had my notes from the previous hospital and the previous doctors who'd given me an assessment, but she wanted to ask me the same questions just so that she could actually get a proper feel from me what's going on, rather than just reading it from a piece of paper. She seemed to be much more, I wouldn't say interested in me, because that would suggest that the other doctors weren't, but she seemed to be much more, you know, thoughtful and much more in depth about things. She is a doctor who is an expert in one particular field. The doctors that I've seen at the mental health hospitals in Reading, they're very much the kind of front-line doctors. You know, if you are sick and you need to be seen quickly, you go to see those doctors, they give you a general assessment, and then they pass you on to elsewhere. I think the reason this lady was much more in depth and much more informed about certain conditions was because she is an expert. She's kind of zeroed in on what's going on, rather than the other doctors being more general. We spoke about psychotherapy, which is what I'm going to need. She decided to take me off the citalopram that I was taking, and she's given me a little prescription for another drug which is called Seroxat. 20 milligrams, one a day. I don't know much about Seroxat. Well, I don't know anything about it other than it's an antidepressant, anxiety pill. She basically thinks that it's a dissociative disorder, and the dissociative disorder has probably been brought about by my years and years and years of acute anxiety. Basically, the anxiety that I've had over the years has manifested itself in such a way that my brain, rather than feel the anxiety and feel the pain of the previous memories and stuff, my brain is kind of switching all of that off. So that's what she seems to think, that it's a dissociative disorder, which was kind of the original thoughts. Excuse me. I did at that point mention that I was waiting for an appointment to the Autism Aspergers clinic. Those of you who watch my previous mental health videos will know that. And I kind of said, you know, I've done a bit of research into autism and Asperger's. I don't think that my problems are in that direction. She said that she agreed with me, and she doesn't think that my illness is on the autism spectrum. But she did say that it's important for me to still go for that appointment and have the assessment, because even though she doesn't think I have those problems, the questions that they will ask me and the tests that they will do, I didn't know this, but she said it's like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour, but the questions they will ask me and the tests that they will do will help to eliminate a huge raft of other things that it could be. So even though it's probably not a problem on the autism spectrum, it's still absolutely imperative that I go to that appointment, because the appointment would eliminate a huge number of other things. So yeah, she thinks it's a dissociative disorder. She pretty much has a very good idea of where it's coming from. She has very clear ideas of how it's going to be treated. It's going to be psychotherapy, it's going to be anti-anxiety. She can treat the dissociative disorder with therapy, but if we don't treat the anxiety that's causing the dissociative disorder, then there's not much point treating the actual disorder, because the anxiety will just cause it to come back. It's a two-pronged attack. I need to get the anxiety under control with the medication, and then have talking therapies to get rid of the anxiety, and that will actually, getting rid of the anxiety will actually lessen the dissociative disorder. if my brain isn't constantly anxious and worrying, then it's not going to want to switch off from how I'm feeling about things. But we also need psychotherapy. I'm also going to need psychotherapy for the actual dissociative disorder, which I'm very, very happy about. She did warn me that psychotherapy is not very pleasant. These problems that I have in my mind are very, very deep rooted. To get rid of those problems, you've got to get in there, got to get into my broken brain and kind of shovel them out. And that can be a painful process. With therapy, it can be completely cured, and I was so happy to hear that, because one of the things about Aspergers and autism is that I believe that they can't be cured. In fact, I know that a lot of you have left responses on my mental health videos saying that they can't be cured. So to hear her say that it's not those, but it's probably dissociative disorder and that can be completely cured is a wonderful thing to hear. So happy. When I came out of the hospital, I was just kind of like feeling so much better about everything. The lady is having me back. She's seeing me again at the end of September, where things hopefully will move further. She can start to tear away some of the layers a little bit more to get inside and see what's going on. So the end of September I'll be seeing her again. I will be attending the Autism and Aspergers appointment whenever that comes. I feel much better because I've been really worried. I've been waiting for 10 months for this Autism Asperger's clinic appointment. I've been really worried that waiting is making me worse, but now that the doctor that I saw today doesn't think that it is autism or Asperger's, I kind of feel better. Now that I know it's not one of those problems, I'm not so anxious about, oh no, when's that appointment going to come, because I've got to see these people. Because now that I know that appointment is basically going to eliminate things rather than say, you have this, you have that. You know, I'm quite a strong, tough person. I mean, you know, with all the things that I've been through over the years, if I wasn't strong, I wouldn't be sitting here now, because I would have probably been 6 feet under many years ago. So yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling quite happy. Thank you to all of you who have sent me messages of support. I've even had some people send me messages on Facebook saying, good luck for your appointment today, which has been, you know, so wonderful. I know I've said this to you before, and I'm so sorry for boring you, but I can't believe that I sit in front of this camera and people all over the world watch it and actually care enough to say, you know, good luck for your appointment at the hospital. That's, you know, it means the world to me, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support, thank you for watching, and, you know, I feel really good this evening.